Hi everyone, this is Darlene Antoinette and thank you for tuning into my video today. So today I am doing a topic that is very dear to my heart, that I've been doing a lot of research on, and I really wanted to create a video. Something just told me to just create this video, just to get out a testimonial that I have in regards to this book that I read and a particular topic that's very popular today. And has been popular for centuries, for decades. So I just recently finished reading two books by Rhonda Byrne. The first book she did was called The Secret. I guess it was a book, and then it was a movie, and then after she did the movie, she created the book. So I actually listened to the audio version of the book while I'm at work. I don't have anything to listen to, so sometimes I like to listen to books. So her book was one of the books that I listened to, and it's called The Secret. And The Secret is a very popular book that a lot of people know about, and a lot of people have a lot of feedback about. But it's pretty much a book talking about taking control of your life. Taking control of how your life is going to be, and pretty much talking about, sorry, you might hear my son in the background, but talking about the things you do, the things you say, the things you hear, the things you're around, the things that surround you can affect your life in this present and in this future. And just learning how to be more of a positive person, because it's kind of like the karma effect. It talks about the law of attraction, which I like to call it the law of love, which she states that for centuries, and certain people did actually call it the law of love, because it's the act of giving out love, and the act of giving out love is being positive. And the more positivity that you put out in the atmosphere, the more positivity that you get back. If you give out negative, you're going to get negative back to you. It's always going to come back to you. What goes up must come down. That's the law of gravity. So the law of attraction, the law of love, that's pretty much what the book talks about. And it talks about, the importance of like gratitude, just being thankful, being so thankful for the things that you have in your life, because that will create more great things of the things that you're grateful for. So if you're not grateful for anything, you're not going to get more, because you don't even appreciate the little that you have. But the more that you actually appreciate the things that you have now, the more the universe is like, okay, she likes this. She thinks this is good. Let me give her more of this, So whatever you think about, whatever you talk about, that's what you bring into your life, consciously or subconsciously. And I read two of the books. She has three. She has The Power. The Secret is the first one. I think The Power is the second one, and The Magic is the third one. I'm going to read The Magic, but The Secret and The Power are very, very, I literally would say that these two books will change my life forever, and really have given me a different perspective on life, and learning that, there's no such thing as a good or a bad situation. It's all on how you perceive the situation. And it's helping me to become more aware of my life, and to notice that, many times all throughout our lives, we're always getting signals, we're always getting messages from God, or if you want to say the universe, whatever you want to say, from God, of things that we need to be more aware of in our lives. And, many times we fill our lives up with distractions, not being aware of what's going on in our present. And it's something that we just have to focus on as a people, and it really helped me to learn how to speak differently. And it made me become more aware of how I speak. And it talks about, like, specifically, it talks about negativity. If you even talk about negativity, you're bringing negativity into your life, If you talk positivity, you'll get positive things in your life. If you have a life where you're not jealous, you'll get more things in your life. So for instance, if you see a friend just got a job offer, you've been wanting a new job forever, and your friend calls you up and say, hey girl, guess what? I got a new job. And you're just like, oh, okay, girl, great. But in the back of your head, you're just like, okay, now how in the world she get a new job? I've been here, I want a new job, like, you know what? And then you just start resenting her and you just feeling some type way. Obviously, that's not a real friend if they're not happy for you. But, you know, sometimes that happens where people just don't feel good about other people's success. And that can hinder you. If you see another person being successful, you need to be grateful for that person. Like, yes, like praise them, because it's like, that's a great thing. You're getting good things. If you're getting good things and those good things, you're getting good things and you're around me, that means that I'm going to get good things as well, because I'm happy that you're getting these good things. And the universe looks at that as, okay, she likes the fact that her friend got a new job. Let me see what I can pull out for her or whatever, you know, if that's what you really want and that's what you believe that you want for yourself. And then it's just talking about negativity and how we speak. So for instance, if you say, oh, I don't want to be late for work, and you say, I don't want to be late for work, that's something that you don't want to happen. But the universe doesn't look at it like that. It looks at it like she wants to be late. It doesn't know specifically that you're putting that no word in there. It doesn't care about the no word. It just hears everything but no. It hears, so if you're saying, oh, I don't want to be late, it hears, I want to be late. So situations are going to be placed into your life to make you be late, because that's what you're asking. You know, that's what you're asking for. So I've learned that instead of negating things and talk about things that I don't want, we're going to talk about the things that I do want. So if I don't want to be late for work, I'm not going to say, oh, I don't want to be late. I'm going to say, I'm going to be on time. I know I'm going to be on time. On time is the goal. I'm going to be on time. Like, that's how you're supposed to speak it into the atmosphere. And so the law of attraction, it hears she wants to be on time. So it's going to make sure that you're on time if you believe it. The Secret talks about 3 steps in manifesting practically anything that you want in your life. The first thing, asking. So asking means, they say that you think things before you say things. So you think it in your head, you say it out loud, you believe it. I really feel like believe is probably one of the most important steps in this. If you don't believe it, consciously or subconsciously, if you believe it consciously but you still don't believe it subconsciously, it's not going to happen. You have to believe it wholeheartedly. You have to believe it and you have to feel it. And it talks about, if you really want something, act as if you already have it. So if you want to be late, carry yourself as if you know you about to be on. If you want to be on time at work, carry yourself as if I know I'm going to be on time. And everything will move smoother. So ask, believe, really believe. I really feel like that's something that is difficult for us. But also, receive. That's like the third step. You're going to receive it. And the reason why, it's just so much. And then gratitude, just being thankful. The more thankful you are for the things that you have in your life, the more abundance that you're going to have. Life is great. Life is amazing if that's what you believe life to be. If you don't believe that life is great and life is amazing, it's not going to be great and amazing for you. And you have to learn that. That's something difficult, especially if you've been taught negativity, or you've had this cycle of thinking negative things. You have to get out of that type of mindset, because you're not living a pleasant life. You have to think positive. Yes, there are going to be times where you're feeling bad, you're going to be feeling sad, you're going to be feeling angry, but you have to switch that. Because honestly, if you really think about it, when you feel good, doesn't it feel good when you're feeling good? Why wouldn't you want to always feel good? Okay. When you're sad, when you're angry, when you're upset, do you really want to stay in that form of emotion? Like, do you really feel good when you're feeling bad? So why don't you do everything possible in your reach to make sure that you can take that low frequency of sadness, anger, and upset to a high frequency of happy? Like, don't you always want to stay in a state of happiness? So whenever you find yourself going into a depression, getting sad, getting upset, find things to do inside. You're the only person that knows what you like. Do the things that you like so you can get yourself out of that funk of negativity, because you don't need to stay in it. Because the longer you stay in negativity, you're just calling for more negativity into your life. Think about this. Everything that you do, everything that you see around you and everything is all in your perception, right? So if you wake up in the morning, you're in a bad mood. You don't try to do nothing to get yourself out of your bad mood. You already got in your head, like, today is going to be a bad day. Today is going to be terrible. So you already got that in your head. So as you continue to go through life and through that day, more stuff is going to pile up and it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. And then you start thinking, like, I knew today was going to be a bad day. Because you was already on that low frequency when you woke up, and you never try to get yourself off of that low frequency to a high frequency. When you wake up in the morning, that's the first time that you need to make sure that, like, okay, I need to make sure that I'm feeling good. I'm not feeling good this moment. What can I do right now to make myself feel better? Whether it's listening to music, like whatever it is, do it early in the morning. Because they say that it's easier for you to get yourself out of a funk early in the morning and keep it at a high frequency throughout the day, instead of you at a low frequency, wait till like midday to try to get yourself out of it. And it's just like, you already done went half of the day doing bad, so it's going to be difficult to get yourself out of it. So it's best to do it in the morning. I can say personally for myself, my highest frequency is in the morning. Like in the morning, I feel like once I get up real good and I'm like really fully awake, I feel like I can do anything. Everything is great. I feel good. I'm listening to my music. I'm dancing. Like, mornings do that for me. And I can stay on that frequency for a long time, but I can notice, like, towards the end of my work day, I can feel it kind of dwindling down. So that's something that I have to work on. I have to work on trying to keep my frequency up during that time. And like I said, that's just really, genuinely, that's just finding stuff that you like to do to keep yourself in a high frequency. Like, why wouldn't you want to keep yourself in a high frequency? And it's important to, because if you don't, whatever frequency you in, you bring more of that around you. So if you're feeling bad, you're going to bring more negativity around your house, around your life. So that's whether negative situations, you're going to bring negative people, you're going to bring negative sounds, like whatever. Anything negative is going to be around you because you're around that frequency. And if you're around a high frequency, you're happy, you're feeling good, everything, it does not matter what goes on around you. And when you learn how to keep yourself in that frequency, you're going to see everything out of a positive lens instead of a negative lens, if that makes sense. I know for some, this may sound like impossible, but honestly, read The Secret. That's her first series that I feel like you need to actually read to really understand, and you have to be open-minded, you know. For me, I feel like the book didn't say anything negative for me. I feel like it was a very, very positive book, and it helps you to just honestly take more control in your life and become the best possible person that you can be. And it talks about how you can literally manifest anything possible that you want in your life. You can be able to manifest it if you, one, ask, if you believe, you will receive. And isn't that in the Bible? God states that ask God for what you want, believe that he will give it to you, have faith, and then you will receive it. And that's the same thing that speaks about in the Bible, but it speaks to it in more of a, I don't want to say a realistic sense, because God is realistic, but if you believe in God, but it speaks about it on more of a level where it's understandable, if that makes sense. Like, I can't describe it, but I mean, a lot of the main goal principles that it talks about in the book The Secret, it speaks about in most religions, in practically all religions. In all religions, it just talks about how whatever you put out, you get back. That's it. So the main reason why I decided to create this video was to tell you about the book, and I would suggest for anybody to go read the book, because For me, it changed my life. It changed my perception of life. It changed me to a place where I feel like I want to do something different so I can get different results in my life. And this testimonial that I'm about to get ready to speak to y'all about is probably the biggest thing for me that really helped me to feel like, okay, I know exactly what I want to do. Like, I know, I believe in it. Like, I have to do this. I did two things, actually. I mean, I guess it just depends on how I want to look at it. But, so I woke up this morning. I was in a very high frequency. I felt pretty good. You know, my son, he was kind of giving me a little time because, you know, he doesn't like to wake up early in the morning. But after I dropped him off, before I dropped him off, I was probably at a mid frequency. Like, I wasn't real low, but I wasn't real high. So I was kind of like mid, like, because, you know, getting him up in the morning and him giving me a difficult time, that can kind of wear down on your emotions a little bit. But once I got back into the car and I dropped him off, my frequency went all the way back up. Like, I was at a high, so I was feeling good, listening to my music. I'm like, yes, today is going to be a great day. I listened to, I think I said it in the video, but it's 3 sequels of the books: The Secret, The Power, and The Magic. I've listened to The Secret. I've listened to The Power. I haven't listened to The Magic as of yet. So, yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm like, yes, today is going to be a great day. So I have YouTube. I have the YouTube Premium because I like to be able to listen to the videos while not actually having to look at it. Like, so I can listen to it because I can listen to music while I'm at work. So I find out that my premium subscription went out. Now, this time I don't have no damn money. Like, I don't have no damn money. Like, I have $1 in my account. I'm talking about today. Like, today. And I'm not talking about this is a situation that happened last week or a month ago. I'm talking about this happened today. So I'm like, okay, like, my subscription went out. It's cool. I didn't fret about it. I didn't get angry about it. I didn't get upset because I feel like, what point is it for me to get upset if I feel like I can't do anything about it? Okay. So, that happened. And then it's just like, I was kind of trying to think about what I was going to eat, but I didn't really, I don't really have no money. So I'm just like, I mean, whatever. I have food at home, but I really wanted to eat out, but I didn't have any money. I didn't have any money to buy food. So, I was just like, okay, whatever. I kind of accepted it, right? So me and one of my coworkers, we were out, you know, walking around during our last break of work, and we was talking about, you know, we was talking about a lot of different things. But one of the things that I said during our conversation was talking about food, and I said, well, I mean, I ain't got no money. I said it just like that. And then I said, no, wait, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that I don't have any money. I'm going to switch that to, I have money coming soon. Mind you, I have $1 in my account. $1, like $1 and some change. So I'm like, okay. Like, I said, money is coming soon. I claimed it. Like, money is coming soon. I said just like that. I feel like subconsciously I believed it, and consciously I believed it wholeheartedly all around. I didn't know when I was gonna get money. I didn't really even think about it that hard, but I just knew I was gonna get money. So I just said, I'm gonna get money soon. Like, you know, I just threw that out into the atmosphere, and I just threw it up, and I was just waiting for the confetti to come down. I just didn't know when the confetti was gonna come down. That was a great analogy. So I said that, and then I went back into work, and I'm doing my work. And then I randomly, like, this was the most, it's kind of scary, but it was one of the most randomest things ever. My phone vibrated. Mind you, my phone has not vibrated for that entire day. And then I'm thinking about it. I've had multiple, unless if I just didn't notice it, I've had multiple notifications on my phone throughout the entire day. But for some, bro, that shit just makes me, sorry, but it just makes me want to cry a little bit. But for some reason, my phone vibrated. And then I'm thinking about it. This is the first time I actually felt my phone vibrate all day. And I had been getting notifications from, you know, a lot of different apps for that entire day. and I feel my phone vibrate. And I look at my phone and it's 2 notifications. It's 1 notification from my bank app and it's 1 from my email app. Now I'm first noticing my email app because I'm like, okay, that's probably something from school. But I didn't understand the bank one. And usually when I'm looking at my emails, the particular email app that came up, it usually has something to do about my schooling. So I was just like, okay, whatever. But then I thought about it and I looked at both of the notifications. They both came in at the exact same time. And they both said, you know, they both literally came in at this. I was going to say they both said now because they just came in, the notification. They both came in at the exact same time. So I'm like, how can my bank app and my email app have a notification to come in at the exact same time? This is what I'm thinking in my head. And so then I thought, the only way that's going to happen is if I have some money. I was about to cuss. If I have some money. So I'm like, okay. I was like, so at first I was like, I was going to let it slide. I was just going to keep doing my work. Like, you know what? I don't know what that is. I just checked it on my break. But then something said, Darlene, hold on, y'all. Something said, Darlene, look at that notification. Look at that notification. When I picked up my phone, I have the face recognition. And so when I pick up my phone, it practically unlocks my phone and shows me more details of my notifications. When I picked up my phone and looked at it, I had close to, mind you, I said I had $1 and some change in my account. When I picked up that phone and I looked at it, it said that I had close to $500 in my account. I'm not lying. I'm not kidding to y'all. I'm not crazy. This happened. I did not expect any money at all. I did not expect it. I had no recollection. Even when I got it, I still don't know how in the world I got this money. But oh my God, it just sounds crazy me even talking about it. But I had close to $500 in my account. I said, when I looked at that, I could have cried. I was so flabbergasted, if I'm using the right word, about the situation that I went to the bathroom and I cried because it set in for me. It made me feel like, bruh, it works. It works. What you put out in the atmosphere can come back to you, bro. And I know some people is probably like, oh, that was just a coincidence. That was just a coincidence or whatever. And the crazy thing about it is, all this week, I've been listening, because I told you I listened to The Secret, I listened to The Power, right? And I was just like, man, I'm really into books. Like, I really want to be able to buy more books and stuff, but I just don't know where this money is going to come from for me to buy all of these books. Like, I want to buy more books. And like I told you, I didn't have any extra money. I didn't know where the money was going to come from. And that's one of the things that it talks about in a book is if you want something and you believe that you can have it, be able to speak it out to the atmosphere and believe it. Do not worry about how it's going to happen. It's just going to happen if you believe it. And, I didn't know where I was going to get the money from for these books. And that happened. And then, like I say, I couldn't buy my subscription for my YouTube. I kind of like my premium so I can listen to YouTube videos while I'm at work. And then that money happened and it's just like, look at God. If you want to say God, I say God. Because the book doesn't necessarily talk about God. It talks about the law of attraction. It talks about the universe. But it also states in the Bible that if you look at the definitions of what we say God is, what the universe is, and everything, what love is God. So it's just different interpretations of what you want to put, as a name on it. And I'm going to put the name God on it. I feel comfortable with saying it was God. If you want to say it was the law of attraction, if you want to say it was the universe, for me, I say God. And the moment that I saw that money in my account, I just went back to what the book says is you have to give gratitude. And I just gave gratitude after gratitude, like, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you think about it, that's what it says in the Bible. It says, you know, when God gives you blessings, even when he doesn't give you an immediate blessing, you still just be grateful. And it talks about, like, when you wake up in the morning, first thing you should do when you open up your eyes is you should give thanks. Thanks for waking up. Thank you for all the things that you have, because the more grateful you are for the things that you have, the more things that you're going to get in your life. And I truly, wholeheartedly believe that. And it talked about gossiping and how, you know, you just kind of look at gossiping and it's just like, okay, I'm just talking about other people's lives, whatever. But you have to think. Gossiping is a negative thing. Of course, in the Bible, it says that we should not gossip. But if you ever thought about it in the aspect of, if you're talking negatively about a person, that negativity that you're putting out into the atmosphere, talking about that person, you're bringing that back to you. Whatever you throw out, it's going to come back down, bro. It doesn't matter if you're talking about another person. If you're talking about whatever you're talking about, whatever you're doing wrong, whatever you're doing good, it's going to come back down and rain on you. It is. It is. I wholeheartedly believe that. So I was like, okay, I want to manifest something just to kind of see if this will work. So I was like, okay. I want to manifest a park, right? A parking spot for my car. I say, okay, I want the park. You can literally manifest anything, okay? It's all in what you put out into the atmosphere. It can bring it back down for you. Read The Secret and The Power. I've read those two. Get ahead of me and go ahead and start on the magic as well. But start with The Secret. But I was like, okay, I want to manifest a park in my apartment complex. And I said, I want the park that's right in front of my, I'm gonna be really specific about what I said. I said, okay, I want the park that's literally right in front of my apartment. No. I said, I want the one that's right beside the handicap. I want the park that's literally right beside the handicap park. That's exactly what I said. So I had to drive past my apartment to go pick up my son from daycare. And I kind of looked at the parking spot. The parking spot wasn't open. So I'm like, okay. All right. Okay. By the time I get back, it should be there. Granted, I get back home and it's not there. So I'm like, okay. So me and my son, we come home for a little while and I'm just like, you know what? I want to go get us something to eat and we can go to the grocery store. Go to the grocery store. I go to the grocery store and I get the park right beside the handicap. Now I told that I said into the atmosphere, I said that I wanted the park right beside the handicap. But I said when I get home, I want to get the park right beside the handicap. When I got home the first time, I didn't have that park. When I went to Food Line, I had that. Well, grocery store. I said what grocery store I went to, Food Line. I went to Food Line and I had that park. I had the park right beside the handicap. And then when I came home, and I had this in my head, I was just like, I'm probably going to get it once we come back from getting all the food. When I came back, I had the park. I didn't have the park right beside the handicap, but I had the park. Okay, I don't know if these are technically considered, like, for a handicap, I feel like it has to have the handicap sign. But right beside it is a park that still has, like, a really huge wide space. Like it has those lines with the slashes. Y'all probably don't know what I'm talking about, but it's still a really huge part right beside the one that actually has the handicap sticker. So I'm assuming that second one is still technically handicapped, but it doesn't have the handicap, like it doesn't have the handicap sign right above it. But it's still huge. Like, if you was to look at the part, you would think that's probably a handicap. And then it also has, like, the little, like, the gravel is, like, for a person to go up a wheelchair. Like, that's what part of, like, say if you was to go up to the apartment, that part right there, it will be helpful for a person that has, like, a wheelchair. So I guess you can kind of consider that a handicap. But right beside that one, that part was open, and that's where I parked. So if you would look at it as a technical sense, that was the part right beside the handicaps with an S. And then I also got the handicap. I also got the part right beside the handicap when I went to Food Line. Now, I know y'all probably saying this is probably out of all coincidence, but I don't believe anything happens in this life out of coincidence. Because if you believe in God, if you believe in the universe and everything like that, everything is in perfect order. Everything happens the way it specifically is supposed to happen. And if you're speaking out into the atmosphere, the things that you want for your life, and those things, you see those things, that's not coincidence. So I didn't want to make this video extremely long. I'm already at 30 minutes, but I just really want to speak to y'all about the video, and something, something was placed on my heart to create this video, and I wanted to stay true to it, because they say that when you get an instinct about something, you should go ahead and do it now. I didn't do it at that exact moment, but me getting that instinct to do it, I was like, I have to do it. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. So again, go read the book, The Secret. Don't judge it. Excuse me, Lord. Don't judge it until you read it, and have an open mind when you read it. I'm not trying to sway anybody any type of way. I just want y'all to read the book just so you can open up a new, I don't want to say a new way of thinking, but just open up to something new if you haven't already. All right. Well, I do want y'all to comment below. Let me know how y'all felt about the book, if you've already read it, or if you're going to read it, or my testimonial, if you have a testimonial when it comes to the law of attraction. It's crazy because I've watched other people's videos about the law of attraction, and I myself looked at it and was like, that's BS. Like, that's complete BS. I'm not even going to feed into that crazy mystical stuff, but no, it's nothing mystical about it. It's all true and power. All right. Well, again, my name is Darlene Antoinette. You can follow me on Instagram at Darlene Antoinette, the same name that's on my YouTube page. And I want to thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.